Alright, so today I wanted to do another one of these stacking and blending videos with a couple different drive pedals. So I did the DS1 and the SD1 the other day, and today I thought I would do the Wampler Ratsbane with the Earthquaker Devices Plumes. Now, this one is obviously based off of a rat pedal, which I don't own a rat. I have this one. It's the closest thing that I have, and this would be based off of a tube screamer. And to me, these both would be what I would consider on the better end of those style of pedals. Both Tube Screamer and Rats are not really my thing, but after trying both of them out on the Boss OD20, it has several different drive pedals in there, but the Rat and the Tube Screamer that were in this one made sounded good enough that it made me want to go out and look into and invest, and these were the ones that I decided to come up with. Probably at some point, once I get access to them, I'll try to track down a real Tube Screamer and Rat, probably from one of my friends, and try to do a comparison video between those. But for right now, let's stack these. I've got my Telecaster right now running straight into the Ratsbane, then into the Plumes, then straight into the Simplifier, which I have set up a little bit different than I normally do. Instead of the Marshall pre and post amps, I've got the Fender, and then likewise I have the blue back speakers kind of set there, and even the twin, which I think is supposed to be like, two speakers per side there. So this would be my clean tone. Need a little bit more volume on that Telecaster. On the bridge pickup right now, and when I hit the Plumes, pretty healthy boost there. And everything's pretty straight up. I'm on mode 3 right now, and then Ratsbane, I think it's the normal voicing and gain setting with the filter about 9 o'clock there. Again, that's bridge pickup. This would be neck pickup. This is the two of them stacked. So kind of almost fuzzy when I'm getting there. Obviously, the Rat is getting an extra push by the Plumes after it there. So as I turn up the volume, like it affects there. Mode 2 is probably going to be the biggest difference. Oh yeah. So probably want to avoid that one. Let's see mode 1. Really got to watch the level there. Of course, gain has some effect over it. What about the tone? Definitely darkens up and brightens. Okay. Let's see what happens if I mess around with the Ratsbane. So level, if I cut that down, it cleans it up some, but it's still definitely got that growl to it there. Turn up the gain. Almost getting kind of doomy. Let's boost the level. I brought down the gain. So that I could boost the level somewhat. Let's see. Filter. So I'm cutting the filter and then boosting, even though they're both going the same direction. And I'm using the Telecaster with them. I kind of see the Telecaster getting more out of both of these, even though obviously an EMG pickup guitar would do the same. It's interesting, you know, the Ratsbane into the plumes, but let's unplug and try flipping them around. So this plug straight into the plumes now, and then the input of the Ratsbane to the output of the plumes. Get all straightened out there. And now to the output. There we go. So the Ratsbane is still on. So I guess let's get some more boost there. Okay, so that seems less disruptive to the tone there. Don't really have too much hum. Just a little bit there, but definitely get a boost with that. And this is everything on here pretty much straight up. I like less filter on the Ratsbane. Reduce the gain. Makes a little bit of a difference. Obviously, the level is going to make a difference if it's all the way down there. But it's not really doing a ton. I feel like it is adding some character to it. But it's not something that, like, this is really doing much. Maybe I feel like the tone knob is a bit more effective. You can kind of boost into here and then kind of filter some of that out if you wanted. Interesting. Mode 2. This one, Mode 2, kind of has more volume boost to it, but I feel like it's kind of hitting a brick wall with this. Kind of push it in a little bit. Definitely adds more noise. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so aside from the noise there, I think that I like the plumes going into the Ratsbane more than I liked how the Ratsbane sounded going into the plumes there. So I'm just going to say that that's what we're going with for Tube Screamers and Rats. I guess we can mess around a little bit more. Let's bring down that volume, switch it back to Mode 3. Bring up the distortion on the Rat. The extra voice there. So this can add a bit to the Rat, but I mean, I don't know if you need to go stacking it there. So let's do something a little bit different. Let's blend the sound now, and I think it's a company called was it Science Fair Devices, something like that. They make one. That is Summer School, I think maybe is, and maybe the Science Fair is the pedal that kind of blends a Tube Screamer and a Rat together. Now we're stacking them, not blending them, but with the help of the Old Blood Noise Endeavors Signal Blender, we can do just that. So it really doesn't make as big of a difference if I'm going into channel A or channel B with this, since it's not stacking them, it is blending them together. So I'm just going to do this, put the plumes on path A. So the send of A goes to the input of this, the output goes to the A return, and then B send is going to go to the Rat. And the output of the Rat is going to go to the B return. I'm going to put these back where we had them somewhat. And then from there, I'm going to go from the output of the signal blender into the input of the simplifier. All right. Sorry for the mess. Let's see. I'll try to put this up here where you can see it just a little bit better. Honestly, at this point, I can leave the Ratsbane and the plumes on, so I might as well. Let's see. Might as well do this. Kind of get it up out of the way. There we go. So out of the way, all we really need to see at this point is the simplifier and the signal blender. All right, so need to put my guitar input into there. There we go. All right, so both the pedals are on. But I'm not actually in the path there. I'll tune just a little bit. Sorry about that, but people complain when you're not in tune. I'd hate to have complaints on one of my videos, you know. So, let's see. We've got the clean. Obviously, I can turn the pedal up, or that knob, the clean knob, to kind of give it a little bit of a boost. But let's hear these blended. So here's the plumes. Here's the rat. Here is the plumes and the rat blended. To me, this is the best. Being able to have a blend of the two. I prefer this over stacking these two pedals for sure. So let's just make sure that we're in phase good. See when I hit that button how it got worse sounding? That means that it was in phase. I put it out of phase and back in. Doesn't make a difference if you hit the red one or the blue one. Just takes us back there. Let's see. Let's maybe do a little bit more of a clean, like the mode 2 on the plumes, higher level, but I'm going to bring it down here. Okay, and then here on the rat, let's give it more distortion. Bring it down, kind of. Very interesting. I'm going to bring that volume on the plumes down. Let's go to mode 3. Add a little bit more drive, a little bit more gain into the plumes. Hard to tell the difference. I'll pull it back up in a moment. So I've got the clarity of the plumes. The fuzz of the rat in there. Been some clean. So for all that drive, we still, considering it's a Telecaster, and now I put it on the bridge. It's getting some pinch harmonics in there, but I've still got the clean blend and all this going on. Where's that? It's definitely coming from the rat. Let's pull the gain down just a little bit. Make sure that filter is kind of open. Actually, let's do this. Let's turn the filter way up. So now we've kind of got that filtered fuzz sound in there. With the clean blend and the plumes in there too. I gotta tell you, I think this is the sound that I like if I'm using these. So again, plumes and Ratsbane to me are just like good, better, best, however you want to argue about it, versions of the Tube Screamer and the Rat. And while they do have their qualities when they're stacked together, I much prefer the sound of the way that they're blended and all the different tone options you have. I feel like you kind of got like one or two sounds if they're stacked, and you really just got to tweak it to get it to the best version of that sound, whereas you have so many more options with the blending. So again, that is the old Blood Noise Endeavor signal blender that I'm using to get that mix between these and Simplifier, with mostly Fender settings to match the Telecaster that I'm playing with. I'll go ahead and wrap this one, but I can definitely see, that this is going to be interesting doing these. I don't know that it's all going to be the same. I like the way that the DS1 and the SD1 stacked together, and I like the way that these blend more. So definitely got some more things to cover, and appreciate you sticking with me, and I will talk to you then.